Alright guys, hello and welcome back to Raging Loop. Bid Feast incoming. Kaori died last night. We know Mochi's the werewolf, we know, yes. What's his name? Yoshi, I forgot his full name, is innocent, so it is Chiemi. She's the last unknown. So we have both werewolves. Now we just have to reveal it. Still don't think we can, like, hang two people in one night, but it should just be easy enough to clean up everything, right? Yeah, Sonata can instantly raise his hand. Let's start this, though. Bid Feast should be very exciting. See how this goes. Yoshitsugu is his name. It's not Rikako. Why would it be Rikako over Chiemi? Hey, Mochi's not dressed up today. It's been so long since we saw him in his school uniform. I guess she's not fully cleared, but in my mind Chiemi was always a werewolf, so it just has to be her as the last werewolf. That's what I believe, but technically Meiko and Rikako aren't 100% clear. But I think Karuaki was right that Rikako is villager and Meiko is spider. So should have gone with Chiemi if you gave me a chance, man. Chiemi, dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, but we saw the list, but like, how did she investigate? He reached into his pocket and took out the letter from before. Kaori sends final words. I forgot what the list was, but it did have Rikako first, Mochi third, I think. Everyone came close and read it. Some began to choke up and cry. Takumi. But everyone knew that what mattered right now wasn't the message she'd left to the brothers. Rikako, Chiemi, Chikamochi, Meiko, other. I mean, those are the unknowns, yeah? But like, what does it mean? Sure. It seems kind of useless, because we know the unknowns, but... Naturally, sure. True. Nosata always spitted. I mean, as soon as he heard that, Yasunada accused Rikako, his senses just went through the moon, man. He's like, hold on, let me protect my queen real fast. Oh, is he saying... Okay. He's saying that like each of those fingers on her hand indicated who the werewolves are. So like 3 in one hand was Mochi and 1 in one hand was Rikako. I mean, at most, we could just hang Mochi today and let me investigate Rikako tomorrow. I don't believe it's her, though. The right was clenching the pinky and the ring finger, while the left was clenching all besides the thumb. Sure.
右手が3本、左手が1本立てられていたね。
ああ、間違いねえ。指の数で狼を指定したってことか。
That's actually kind of smart.
そう。いざ狼が入ってきた時には、もうこんなメッセージを残してる余裕はない。だからあらかじめ紙に書いて飲み込んで。
That's actually really smart by Tari. If that was her plan the whole time, if she died. So true, Mako. Always hitting us with the wisdom. She doesn't talk much, but when she does. No, dude. Don't turn on her.
そこまでしなきゃならなかったってことかよ。
ここで考えなければならないのは、はるちゃんの時のこと。彼女は母さんの時と同じく、布団の上でひどい殺され方をしていた。母さんの時は周りが荒らされてたけど、それは
俺が暴れたんだよ。
そう。基本的には何らかの方法で抵抗ができない状態でああやって殺されたか、殺された後で遺体を傷つけられた。つまり死の前後はほとんど行動の自由が利かない状況で、なおかつ狼の目があるわけです。この状況では普通、死にそうな人がメッセージを残せるなんて思わない。
Smart. I'm not gonna lie, that's smart. I don't believe it's Rikato though. But now I'm a little uncertain. I'm not gonna lie. Again, we just hang Mochi today and let me confirm tomorrow, I guess. Otherwise Chimmy deserves a huge apology from me. That would have been a hard misread, even with our blunder and not knowing Mochi was a werewolf. Even like, if we did know he was a werewolf, I still would have thought it was Chimmy like the whole time. I'm not gonna lie.
大きな情報は残せない。だけどこうやって情報を別のところに書いておけば、それを指定する最低限の情報を残すことでことは足りる。母さんの場合は指を立てるという方法で、狼はこんな方法で読み耳の宴のルールの穴をつけるとは思っていませんでした。
Shit, she's cheating.
僕の頭が硬かったのは確かでしょう。無理そうなことには挑戦しなかった。こんなものを飲み込んでまでメッセージを残そうとする母さんの執念がほころびをついたんです。
It does look bad for Rikato, man. I don't know, like, I can't really counter that because we haven't really cleared her.
以上です。
We just gotta hope we can push it to Mochi before Rikato. Also, if I was the brothers, I would be more mad at Mochi, dude. Killing Haru and their mom? It's kind of crazy. It's like Rikato is kind of a stranger to them, but Mochi was like bros with them, or at least with Yasunaga. I believe you, Rikato. Shut up, Mochi, but we need you.
そうです。私は自分が狼でないと知っています。である以上。
Maybe she was trying to get two fingers out, but she just couldn't.
何かの間違いとしか。
または読み方が違ってるとか。実は折ってる指の方を数えるんじゃないの？
Then it would be 4 or 5? Wait, no. It would be 2 4, which is Shimmy plus Mako. But we know Mochi's it, so.
そうなると、チエミとメイコ、全く逆の結論になるな。
Luckily we know Mochi, but that can't be true then. because we know Mochi's a culprit, so. Is it really Rikato? I don't believe it's Meito. Look at her, she's just buying. Leave her alone.
私も狼ではありません。織部義継様が人なのならば、
True.
残る芹沢様と鴨志田様が狼。
I believe that.
何言ってるの？私違うよ。
I believe that.
なんかしっくりこないからさ。ぶっちゃけハッサンが狼とか真面目に考えるべきだ
What?
と思う。
Okay, shut the fuck up, Mochi. That's crazy. They let that meet with suspicious eyes. Apparently, even almost dying from poison was enough to earn their unconditional trust. That's crazy.
収集がつかねえぞヤス。
迷うことはなく、狼は上松
I do.
鴨志田
Let's just hate Mochi. Let's just be cool and hate Mochi.
メッセージの信憑性を補強する何かがあるのかね。
言いたくはなかったけどさ、トリカブトが使われた段階でお前のことがよぎったよ。
Nosato?
あ
Or
あ、な
Mochi?
るほど。
ノサとか。
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I said Nosato, I totally meant Mochi. Yeah, I guess he would have some medical knowledge.
確かに我々は
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Didn't really think of that.
春明さん、覚えてたらでいいんですが、毒を盛られた時、
I swear we
葉っぱ
checked
みたい
though,
なものは食べましたか？
and then we just didn't see anything though. I'd been on guard, so of course I remembered.
大きめに刻んだネギと白菜は入ってたと思うけど、
Yeah.
変なものは見えなかった。
そうでしょう。一応、あの後みんなで残ってたお椀を見ましたが、だから、トリカブトの汁とか、毒を抽出したものとか、
How hard is it
そ
to
ういう
do
のが
that?
使われたはずなんですよ。そういう発想ができるのは野里清之助さんか野里家の元跡取りで薬草や毒草に詳しい彼しかいないと思うんです。
That reminded me that last time Tori-san just put cut leaves and Kyonosuke-san instantly noticed. Yeah.
そっかな。みんな渦の見分け方くらいわかるでしょ。汁を絞って使うくらい思い
Mochi's
つ
trying,
くんじゃない？
どうして言ってくれないんだよ。僕じゃないってさ。
He's just playing the logic game, bro.
いや、僕じゃないって。見てよこの細腕。これで死体を切り刻むなんてとても。
どうして母さんが切り刻まれたって知ってるんだ。
Ooh, got him. Nobody else saw. But I don't care about this. I need more Chiemi and Rikato conversation right now. I think they're purposely not giving that to us, so we have to still guess about it. But we know Mochi's guilty. We're just thinking about the other people. Because I haven't really seen anything guilty from them technically in this meeting. I want some like clues on that. Yasunada Oribe glared at his ex-friend with both anger and a bit of grief. Shikamochi Kamoshida looked back at him with a poker face.
じゃあやはり香織さんのメッセージは。
It's not Rikato though.
ええ。
鴨志田様、嘘でしょ？
はい、ストップ。
Ooh. I got some looks that could kill, but I had to do it. Everything depended on it.
安永くんの道筋は大体正しいと思うし、香織さんの功績というのは確かに果てしないと思う。けど、ちょっと読み解いておくべきことが
Ooh,
足りて
hold
ないよう
on.
に思う。
Let's see. Because I don't really know how to counter the argument, honestly, if I was there, if I was trying to fight for Rikato.
何でしょうか。遠慮なく言ってもらっていいですよ。
Ignoring his somewhat antagonistic tone.
香織さんの遺体について、さっき話に出たように、顔と手以外の全身に切り傷がつけられているような状態です。ここでまず一つ、なぜ顔と手は残された？はるちゃんの時は顔は残されたけど、手は完全にやられていた。
I felt bad about making them remember things they didn't want to, but I had no choice. Is he saying that the wolves purposely left the hands there because they figured something out and they're using that as bait? But we know Mochi's guilty, so it's a little weird. But if they think they can sacrifice Mochi, kill Rikako, and they would have 2 nights of killing, that maybe they can still win, is what I'm thinking.
顔はまあわかる気はするんですよ。こんな殺し方だと顔が残った方がかえって残酷だ。 指なんて一番切り刻みやすい部位だ。どうしてこれが残された？まるでわざとダイイングメッセージを残そうとしたみたいに見えませんか？
That's true. It's a little clean.
わざと
But we know Mochi's. It's so weird though.
このメッセージは
That's the only thing. It's throwing Mochi under the bus. Why wouldn't they just go 2 and 4? Which would be well, you can't do Chiemi. Why not just 1 and 4 then? Rikako and Mako. Or would it be too obvious? If they go 1 and 4, kill Rikako, they think she's the spider, they kill us the next day. No way to confirm Rikako was innocent and no more information, then maybe the others kill Mako, then there's 2 people, they kill another person. Maybe they can win, I don't know, but doing 1-3 is so weird.
それは間違いないと思うよ。香織さんは確かに安永くんが言った計画であれを飲み込んだんだろう。それを万一の時に取り出すよう吉次くんにことづけたんだよね。
ああ、そうだ。
ここにも穴があって内緒話は必ず漏れると僕は思ってるんですが、確率の話をしても仕方ないからやめて。
Oh my god. Hold on. Remember when Kaori, Yoshitsuru, and Yasunaga all went up to the attic to talk? And then we let Haru and Mochi, like, eavesdrop on them? Mochi could have learned about that plan if they talked about it then, I guess.
問題は今回の殺し方ではメッセージは残せないってところにあるんですよ。
どういうことだ？抵抗できないってのは指一本動かせなかったはずってことか？
それはわかりません。
But if this was on purpose, then
違うかもしれない。
maybe Rikako is a wolf?
だからそれもやめて。
I don't know.
ここで話を聞きたいのは野里さんで
Or
す。
they just did half truth, half lie?
私かね。
So if we do like one night we investigate Rikako, she's innocent, then they assume Mochi's innocent, but it's unlucky for him, we already know he's not innocent, so
はい。腕の内側を深く切り刻まれた状態で手を握り込むことはできますか？
I think it would depend on the cut.
不可能だな。指の第一関節と第二
I
関
actually
節の
didn't
間
know
に
that.
筋肉は手のひらじゃなく
Medical knowledge learned. I always thought the muscles were connected to the palm, and it's just the nerves in the hand controlling it, not the arm. Guess it made sense. If you clench your arm, you kind of feel it in your, or clench your hand, you feel it in your arm a bit.
香織さんがもし指の形をああした後で切られたのだとすれば、筋が立たれて手は開いたはずだ。逆に切られた後で指をああしようと思っても指をもう握り込むことはできない。そんな。
That's a good argument. I didn't think of that. Save the
そう
day.
か。だから腕の傷が下向きになっていたんだ。
そうだったのか。
ええ。腕だけこう傷口を伏せたように下向きになってたんです。つまり母さんは指が握り込めないから腕をなんとか動かして
Oh.
床で挟み込んで。
無理があると思わないか？あそこまで腕をぐちゃぐちゃにされて
Well, that's not just kind of spitting with the wounds facing down thing. That just sounds kind of logical.
それは
I don't
ま
know.
あこれも確率論。いいでしょう。五分五分ってことにしておきましょう。
Yeah.
今のところは不自然なだけな点が指が無傷なこと、指が握られていたこと、密談が漏れなかったこと、この3点。
Saying all this just to say, oh yeah, also Mochi is actually guilty.
加えて明らかに奇妙な点が一つ。遺体の首にも傷はあった。もちろん深いものだけど骨までは見えていなかった。断面には大きな管が一つだけ見えた。野里さん、喉の部分を切って一番最初に見える大きな管は何ですか？
気管。
Oh, they're saying if they cut her throat, they would have seen the note.
吉次君は気管から包みを取り出したことになるんです。 呼吸する時の息が通る道ですよ。機関、そんなところに物が詰まればすぐに窒息していたでしょう。そんなことができたはずがない。
Oh. Yeah, that's true. So this just seemed just planted then.
それはそうだ。赤反射というものもある。
Unless she got some crazy reflexes. But I doubt it. Crazy throat reflexes.
ちなみに彼女はハルちゃんの時と同じく大量に血を吐いています。おそらく殺害の時、吐血とともに手紙は出てきてしまった。手紙は本物だが後から喉に仕込まれたんですよ。解剖学的な知識のない狼の手によってね。
Boom, expose wolves. Come on, Shimmy, you're in fucking Tokyo. Learn some anatomy, buddy.
それじゃあ
そう、手が無傷だったのは狼が誤ったメッセー
But
ジを伝えるた
Mochi's
めにわ
guilty.
ざと残したんだ。
It's so weird.
腕の傷が逆だったのは逆にして床と挟み込まないと指の数が固定できなかったから。
It's alright. Even with this knowledge, and we'd hear the two of them, we can just hang Shiemi. And then we'll hang Mochi later, right?
ちなみに狼は彼女が手紙を飲み込むって密談を事前に聞いていて注意深く探した可能性はあります。この狼は遺体の損壊にかなり執心していますね。全身くまなく破壊することで死者のメッセージが万一にも残らないようにという意図もあるように僕は思います。恐ろしく抜け目がなく狡猾な狼だと僕は思いますね。
A bit tired of talking, I fell silent for a moment, and no one spoke up in my place. They were all at a loss for words.
だから結局香織さんの指のサインは誤情報。これで狼を牧島勘三さん、かつての宴で死者がメッセージを残すことはありませんでしたか？
年寄りはみんな口を揃えておった。死人の口が言うのはよもつ狼が言わせた嘘じゃと。
Hold on, important text. Okay, it's all good. There you had it. I like those words. They were on theme with the story too.
ダイイングメッセージは当てにはならない。このことを証明してくれただけで香織さんの功績は計り知れない。
わかりました。納得しました。僕の知らない知識をもってすれば確かにおかしい点はあったのでしょう。じゃあ狼は誰なんですか？さっきモッチーが口を滑らせたのは一体何だったんですか？
We're so lucky Mochi had a slip of the tongue. Because it gets him guilty, and it means Ratato can be safe.
正解はすでに出ている。リカコさん、さっき何て言いました？
織部義継様が
Oh.
人なのであれば私と残る
Let's
鴨志田
go.
持様と
It somehow works out,
芹
baby.
沢千恵美様
Love to see it. Her words were slow, and so was everyone else's reaction. Slowly, they turned to Chiemi, who almost never faced suspicion this whole feast. Except for me, I've been a Chiemi hater from day one on this loop. Actually, that's probably not true. But eventually, I don't know when, we started hard suspecting Chiemi for a while.
嘘だよね。だってそれは私だって信じたくないけどリカコさんだって確定じゃないから可能性あるよね。
I mean, that's true. Then I would let her do the talking.
リカコさん、あなたは本当は
I
雲
just
の過去を
exposed
受け
this.
て
Is
ます
this
ね。
smart though? That means they might just kill Mako next night. Because we can't double kill today.
はい。
I knew it. Naturally, the impact of that revelation was great. You could tell by just looking at everyone's shocked faces.
本物の雲は誰ですか？
It was Mako. Haraki's crazy for guessing that so early.
メイコです。
お姉ちゃんいいの？
ええ。私は春明様を信じます。
Thank you.
私クモ。お腹になんかお姉ちゃんのこれ書いてあった
based Meiko. Doing some nice spider plays. The one save was huge. She pointed at Rikato sans Brouch.
なんでそんな。もしかしてカゴの印を見たんですか。
とんでもない。それは汚れを受けるに値する重い禁忌です。
Meiko just told her.
しかし藤吉の暗がりを見張るネヤのはしためとして、この時期に万一霧が立ってこの子が巻き込まれるならば、まだ字も読めないこの子が失敗せぬよう、私が力を貸せるように言い聞かせて。
印覚えたよ。
Nice.
さっきから何を書いてるんだい？
It was this scene.
こっちがね、お守り。
お守り？
I thought that's where he got it from, but it didn't click in my mind when I saw this scene.
それでね、クモさんだったら足痛くなるの。お姉ちゃん、お布団で転んだ。足ぶつけて痛い。
後でおまじないをしてあげる。ヘビさんだったら
Keen senses.
目が痛くなる。
カラスさんだったら
お腹痛くなる。
狼さんだったら
頭痛くなる。
Don't want to see Wolf Meito, man. Meito was talking way more than usual. She probably wanted to talk a lot during the feast, but we never gave her a chance to.
サルさんだったら
ね、その時は言
'Cause
わ
it
なくてい
doesn't
い。
matter, basically.
サルの時は私が身代わりに名乗り出ることはできません
Yeah.
から。
True.
なるほど。しかしメイコは雲として守る相手を決めるときに紙に字は書けたのかよ。
それは私が書いて持たせました。
カゴの指定は直筆じゃなくてもいいのか。
Oh, we didn't know that. That's some new tech.
わからなかったので
Oh,
真似をして
well,
書かせま
there
し
you
た。
go.
ひらがないっぱい覚えた。
Good for you, Meiko.
この辺りこそが読み意味の宴の掟の穴かもしれません。昼の間の密談はバレる。隠したつもりの情報は必ず露見する。しかし
狼の手に渡っても解読
Anyways, the wolves are actually
そもそも
toots.
情報
Feels
かど
good,
うか
man.
理解されない。
It's so older.
さらに言えば
So
こん
older.
な幼い子が掟に挑んでいるとは誰も思わない。
When you looked at it as a game, it was clearly unfair. However, when our lives were on the line, we couldn't really care about that.
とにかくリカ子さんは確かに雲ではなかったが、雲の代言者として実際に肝臓さんを一度守ったんです。
And the old wolf guy was the badger then. Had to be right.
あの時は
Or he was just stupid.
牧島
Either
様
or.
が最も重要に見えましたので。でも牧島春様
Yeah, I don't think anyone can blame
予想できません。
Rikato for not predicting the Haru kill.
仕方ねえ。雲は一回でも守れる。
That's true. All you need is one to like really affect the tide of the game.
おかしいと思ったんだ。雲のカゴ者は基本的に名乗り出るメリットはない。候補が2人出てくるのは異常だった。
That was true, but with the old wolf guy being the other candidate, I really couldn't understand why it happened. Still, there's no point in thinking about that in this loop.
僕は彼女の意図を初日の投票の時、メイコではなく自分に投票しろという彼女の言動から推測しました。おそらく
I
彼
thought you
女
were
は
just
メイコ
Meiko
の盾
pilled.
となっていざとなったら名乗り出て
Thought you would just do that regardless if it was Meito or not. Or if she knew about Meito's role or not.
そしてメイコが狼だった時の不調まで聞いていたということは、
彼女を
Aww.
殺して私は汚れを
That's
受け
sad,
る所
man.
存でした。
それを知ってたので、僕の中では昨日の段階で 容疑者は3人に絞り込めてました。あとはこの中で人を確定させられれば残り2人の狼が確定する。
Okay, so that's how he did it. Not including the Mochi knowledge, because you can't really reveal that because we already revealed Nosato and Takumi, so it wouldn't really work to the other people. But actually, I guess it was smart getting Yoshitsuru, so then we have the final human reveal. I didn't think of it like that, but that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we would, but we couldn't say it.
そうか。じゃあ、夫妻子さんは一番怪しくなさそうなものとして
Smart.
義経を加護の対象にしたんですね。
まあね。
俺を疑ってたんじゃなかったのか。
さて、ここまで聞いてこれがよくできた作り話だと思いますか？
It's rough.
そして消去法の上残った2人は自分が狼でないということのこれに勝る弁明ができますか？
It's pretty hard to break this logic, I'm not gonna lie. Unless they have something crazy cooking up.
もしそうならどうして僕は香織ママの嘘情報でも狼ってことにされてたのさ。
Mommy Kaori is crazy.
そうだ。そこがわからん。どうして狼は近持ちが狼だと本当の情報を
It is a confusing play. You saw me struggling with that. I guess it's just maybe it's something like I said, like if we do like end up wanting to investigate that further, we would like investigate Rikako, and if she was innocent, you would assume Mochi was innocent. Like if you do the thing where like instead of killing them, we would just wait a turn so I can investigate them. Or if you investigated it was Mochi, then we would think Rikako was also a wolf, and then kill her Netse, giving Chiemi some more time to cook, is what I assume.
彼がおとりだからですよ。皆さん、彼はどうやって僕に毒を持ったと思います？
そうだ。それは結局不明のままだ。だから織部夫人が疑われたのだ。彼女しか君を狙える者がいなかった。待てよ。
そうなんですよ。彼女以外にありえないんです。僕を狙ったものなら。
They just wanted to kill a random person.
そうか。そういうことか。
Yeah, they just needed more deaths on the board.
誰でもよかったのか。
正解。あれは僕を狙ったんじゃなくて、死ぬのは誰でもよかったんですよ。
待て待て、どういうことだ？お前が蛇だから狙われたんだろ？
それが考え違いの元なんですよ。たまたま毒の塗られた器が僕に回っただけです。
Just kind of unlucky, I guess.
おそらく彼は昨日のいつかのタイミングで食器に毒を塗った。一番上のやつに一滴垂らしたとかだけかもしれません。その程度ならばチャンスはいくらでもあったでしょう。そして食事となった時、狼はなんとなく雑談でもしながら料理には手をつけず様子を見る。自分たち以外の誰かが毒を食らえばそのタイミングで口をつけるかつけてたことにする。多分あの時は場が混乱してたから全員が確実に料理に口をつけてたかはもう証明できないでしょう。
Smart.
もし誰も毒を食らわなければ自分たちの皿に毒が回ってきているから気分が悪いとか理由をつけて食べなきゃいいわけで、とにかくこうすることで人の陣営を一人減らせる。発言力の強い牧島さん、匠さん、安永くん、立場が微妙な野里さん、自称雲の理香子さん、蛇の人の多くが狼にとって殺す価値のあ
Yeah,
る人材であ
literally.
ると
They
言いま
just
す。
need numbers. Any kill would have been fine. Meiko would have been the worst kill. But I mean, not really because she's a spider, but in their mind, it would have been the worst kill.
そしていざ毒殺されればそれは調理した本人であり唯一個人を狙える立場にあった香織さんが疑われる。自称カラスである香織さんがね。
じゃあお前が死にかけたのは
完全なる偶然でしょうね。しかしちょうど
Yeah,
僕がヘビだ
kind
と
of
明か
worked
した
in their
直後で
favor
効果
a
は
bit.
てきめんでしたね。 あれでもし僕が死んでいたら、きっと狼は香織さんを夜殺さず、今日この場でくくっていたでしょう。
I took a few breaths. Everyone was silent, probably because they were reflecting on the way they'd suspected her yesterday.
しかし結果的に僕は死ななかった上に、植松さんの
Yeah, that was crazy.
その
The wolves are just
不思議な
unlucky,
力に
man.
よって彼女の信頼度も高まってしまう
Getting their first kill block, getting their poison kill blocked. It's not a good loop to be a wolf.
である以上、植松さんはきっと雲として僕を守るでしょうから、夜には殺せない。リカ子さんを殺すことも考えたでしょう。ただ、リカ子さんは常々証明されているように、藤吉での
I'm surprised they went for Kaori though. Why not just go for like Yasunada or something? Or maybe they killed Kaori with the knowledge that she had the listing and tried to do that whole plot.
ちえみちゃんとリカ子さんのどちらをくくるかって話になった時に、まずリカ子さんがくくられるってほどには。だから昼に殺せばいい。そうなるとカラスのカゴ車である香織さんの方を殺してしまおう。この辺りの順位付けが妥当かどうかはともかくとして、この二人がこういう風に考えてもおかしくはないと思います。で、話がだいぶ離れたんですが、1日2人以上の殺人は汚れの対象です。
True.
つまり鴨志田近持は覚悟の上で毒を持った。というかおそらく毒を持ったのが野里家の敗着である自分だとバレることも織り込み済みで、
I still don't think it leads to victory at that point, but
基本的に狼は全員生き残るなんてまずできないんですよ。能動的にカゴ車を語れば
they were just screwed, man. For a while, honestly.
しかしなぜか彼らは固い結束の上、中で犠牲者を決めて突撃させる。語りに、あるいはルール破りにね。鴨志田近持はそういう役回りです。だから今日香織さんの遺言に従ってくくられる覚悟はしていたでしょう。しかし今日リカ子さんをくくれれば、今夜僕を殺して場をめちゃくちゃにして生き残れる可能性はあった。そういう賭けだったんじゃないですかね。残念ながら負けですが。
He looks down with a half smile, gathering everyone's attention.
やっぱそれ一方的じゃないかな。ハッサンやりっちゃんが本物だってのも決まってないわけだしさ。
Technically, but no one else claims Snake, right? He brought up something we've been over already, and since that was all they had left,
それに香織ママの指だってまだああやって読むのが正しいのかも。
もっち、もういいよ。苦しいよ、さすがに。
じゃあ、
うん。や
CG!
るとしようよ。
Wait, they got guns! How do they have 2 guns? They got the blicky, bro. Jimmy just had to put the hood up for the shot, huh? That's crazy. How are they hiding them? And I know they're sawed off because of how small it looks, right? Unless they're just small ass guns, but still. This goes hard as fuck though. I like it. Everyone here had a certain hope. They believed that if exposed, the wolves would admit it and give themselves in. It would be too late for them to keep struggling after all. Certainly they wouldn't attack the humans head on. Certainly their ex-neighbors wouldn't be that malicious and murderous. I couldn't blame them for their optimism. I was the only one who knew how badly Yasunada Oribe changed last time, so I should have been the one to take care. However, even I could be taken off guard. I knew that the current wolves were wicked, but I thought it was because of Chikamochi Kamoshida, the boy with unusual tendencies and devilish intuition. I knew that she could use a gun, but I didn't expect her to whip one out right in front of us. She was... The girl told me to leave her and run despite the invisible god terrorizing her. The girl who opened herself up to me despite knowing it wasn't meant to be. I never would have thought she'd bring a gun to this place and try to take everyone with her. I mean, it's really their only option. They were screwed either way. The turn was so unexpected that the smart ones here were frozen. Those who hadn't suspected her weren't moving either. The ones who did, nah, you're cooked, bro, was the one most proactive among us. And the one who didn't trust anyone. Thank you, Kanto. Well, when the first shot was fired, the butt shot aimed at the end of the circle was blocked by Takumi-san's body. Okay, everyone charge at them, man. It's our only chance. His large frame absorbed the bullets, bursting apart. Oh, shit. Past his collapsing body, I saw her face, a beastly smile. A moment later, Chikamochi Kamoshida fired his own gun. Kanzoshi was charging toward him with a clenched fist, and the shot blew off his face. They only got 2 shots, though. Then they have to reload. Maybe we're good. Oh no, man. Well, this sucks. Beyond the bloody mist they left behind, I saw the eyes of a bird of prey. No, run at them. They have 2 shots. The next person Shami aimed at was Yoshitsuru-kun, who was trying to charge at her. Okay, yeah, he was running at her. That's when Kanto-san, on the verge of death, landed a punch on Chikamochi. Holy, shot in the face with a shotgun still swinging. My man. As I absentmindedly watched. Yo, how is he alive too, man? These guys are crazy. I felt like I heard that voice, which snapped me out of my torpor. Kyonosuke was the same in that regard. Our eyes met and then... Let's go, Nosato. It's time to show up. I hurried to take Rikako and Meiko's hand while he grabbed Yasunada-kun by the shoulders. Excuse me, I thought we were charging at them. Without even seeing the result of their 3rd shot, we ran straight for the exit. What? Oh, man. Yoshi! We were closer to the exit than the other side. We heard another gunshot, but we weren't in a situation to turn around. Rikako-san dropped to the ground, letting out a cry as she did, and I ended up basically dragging her so we could evade our assailants. Kyonosuke saw that, his expression changed, and he, still holding on Yasunada-kun's hand, used his open hand to push my shoulder. I felt like there was a silent understanding between us. Not saying anything, he hurriedly let go of Yasunada-kun and took Rikako-san's hand while I took Yasunada-kun's now empty hand. It was an irrational action. Nah, let my boy cook. He deserves this. However, I probably thought that I had no right to hold her by the hand, a feeling which made it hard for me to run. Kyonosuke staunchly grasped her and started running. Following his example, I took Meiko under my arm and started running, pulling Yasunada-kun with me. The young man seemed to be in a stupor. Was it just me, or was the mist even denser than usual? It probably felt that way because I was running, making the lack of visibility way more dangerous. I followed the gravel path and ran up a hill. Really should have just all charged them. Because they had one more shot, one more person would die, but then they would have to reload, right? Though maybe that's not how that gun works. I'm not a gun expert, so... Hearing that clear voice, I let go of his hand. That made sense. The other 2 were going there too, so if we were grouped and held our ground there. Uh-oh. Jammy jump scare. Suddenly I heard laughter coming from the side. It almost makes me freeze. But I held myself together and lowered my head. Another gunshot. I could clearly feel the bullets fly past the top of my head. Oh no. Don't talk with her, man. She's crazy. Save Meiko. Save her. Meiko cried for the first time ever. I had to keep running while closing her mouth. I'd expected Yasunada-kun to be right behind me, but I couldn't hear his footsteps anymore. He's cooked. He's probably trying to convince Shami. Oh no. That's crazy. That brief exchange and the gunshot that followed seemed strangely clear. Hold, Mako, hold. You can do this.
我慢してくれ、メイコ。
Shit. Was this the end of the line for this loop? Hold, Mako, save her, man. With Japan being a mostly gun-free society, their power could easily be both overestimated as well as underestimated, making it hard for us to gauge. However, here in the mist where I could barely see anything and could be hit at a point-blank range by surprise, I was all too aware. Guns were frightening tools that could end a life with a single pull of the trigger.
どこかな、春明さん。
I made it to Tai Yamawaki-san's house, hid behind it, and waited. I had to catch my breath and figure out my best route to the Nosato mansion. By following this path, I could pass the collapsed construction site and arrive at the mansion. That was the fastest way there, but I wasn't sure if it was safe.
出てきたら助けてあげるよ。嘘だけど。
Hearing that cheerful voice, I heard the unlocked door open up. I ran as fast as I could, but she caught up easily, probably due to her healthy age and familiarity with the land. Mako was trying really hard not to scream. Hold, Mako. And I was hoping that she could hold it in. Hearing someone enter, I counted to 5 and snuck out. I didn't sense anyone following me. Going down the hill, I passed the plaza and continued making my way to the Nosato mansion, hoping they missed me. Putting Mako on my back, I continued sneaking. This was the second time I reached the final stage with her by my side. Was it fate or something? Yeah, Mako's just built different, always making it to the end. Shaking away that question, I went ahead. I kept moving forward. And quickly found out I was being too naive.
面白い。
There was a person right before the mansion.
生きてた時よりだいぶ面白いよ、おっちゃん。
No, they killed Nosato, man. There's a mess that looked vaguely human in front of him. He poked at it with something long and then probably a shotgun.
じゃあ、次はそこの発散かな。
Where's Rikako, though? I didn't know whether it was because he was a wolf or from the Crow family, but hiding behind an Okiba wasn't enough to fool him.
あ、背中向けて逃げたら、メイコちゃんがたまに当たって先に死んじゃうよ。そんなの発散はしないよね。
He was right.
それよりさ、いっそ向かってくれば？じっちゃんとかおっちゃんみたいにさ、その方が僕は楽しい。
The snappy attitude he'd given us on the latter part of the feast was nowhere to be seen. Faking his behavior to keep up the act just because he was a wolf must have been stressful for him. Right now I was close to him and could tell by his expression that he was extremely refreshed. But man, Kiyonosuke seemed to have struggled, probably to let Rikako-san escape. He had his guts in him somewhere after all. Or he had guts in him somewhere after all.
りっちゃんみたく背中から撃つのはあんま気分良くないから。
No,
趣
she
味じゃない
died,
な。
man. Fuck.
メイコは見逃せよ。
そりゃあ難しいな。狼様的には読み人の筆
The
頭みた
top
いな子だし。
Yomibito. What that?
ま、自分で読みに帰るなら知らないけど。
Was he bound by the curse of the real story? Probably. I'll let Meito go.
この下の崖を目指して。それで川まで降りるんだ。
Run, Meito, run. Doing that probably meant the same ending as last time, but it wasn't impossible that she'd make it. Chami wasn't with us, maybe if the little girl was alone. Whatever the case, it was better than just letting her get shot. Run, Meito, please.
大丈夫。なんとかなるから。
And most importantly, if I died here, all of this would return to nothing and I'd loop. I'd actually reached the point when I considered that in my calculations.
行け。
I mean, but if it's like a Higurashi loop, then still like Meito still suffers and stuff. Like everyone still dies. So you can't get like too desensitized to it, you know? Try to minimize the suffering by looping as less as possible? Is that the right word? Sounds weird. As she started to run.
なんて、うっそ。
No! Charge him! As Shitomochi began aiming at her again, I felt intense anger. I couldn't understand them at all. Was this how they really were? Or was this caused by the real story? Save her, dude. My body moved before my messed up brain, which was something I didn't expect. My instinct to protect children must have taken over. Based. Save her, man. I heard the gunshot, then felt the lead bullet bite into my body. Because of the poor visibility and because of the butt shot was small, probably meant for birds, the wound wasn't fatal. That's why it's a tiny-ass gun, I guess. Still, the pain assaulted my body like I was pierced by a dull tip of a sword. I staggered a bit, then fell to my knees. No, punch him at least. Get a hit in. It hurt a lot. I didn't feel Meito behind me. She must have ran away without looking back. No idea if that meant anything. Run, Meito, run, I believe. It hurt. Fuck, it hurt a lot.
何やってんだよ、ハッサン。あんな子のために死んでどうすんの？
Cause she's Meito? Excuse me?
ハッサンは僕と遊ぶんだ。ハッサンは僕と遊ぶんだよ。
Ignoring my pain, you just said that.
しょうがないな。やる気がないなら、せめて面白い格好の死体にでも。
約束が違うじゃん、モッチ。
Uh-oh. She's pissed. As I heard that voice, I looked up and saw that Shitomochi Kamoshida was dead. What the heck? She killed Mochi? The wolf that popped out of the mist wielded a blade instead of a gun. Yo, you didn't have to kill him though. You could have just like told him to back off. Okay, I mean, one wolf down, maybe we can get out of this somehow? It was an extremely sharp kitchen knife. That doesn't look sharp, but okay, that looks really dull. It was embedded to the hilt of the other wolf's head. The boy quickly collapsed without saying a word. Chimmy grabbed his weapon, shut the chambers, and clicked her tongue. Then she walked up to the boy's corpse. And removed the knife from his head. The body jerked for a moment, then lay still. Rip Mochi. She looked at the weapon, went with gray matter, then threw it away. I wondered what she'd do next, and she took out a new weapon out. Now that looks like a sharp knife. It was like her entire body was a weapon. I began to question just how well I'd actually known her. I mean, you know, it's just a curse. She wouldn't do this if she wasn't a werewolf. Can obviously just tell by Yasunada, right? How different he is in this. At least Meito made it, man. Gotta look at the positives. She sounded bored, but I could feel the bloodlust and malice behind her words. What do you mean, dude? She's a wolf.
僕は君がそんなやつじゃないと思ってた。起きてたか伝説だか知らないけど、それがいくら怖くても最後は抵抗することを選ぶ子だって思ってた。
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I never really thought of Chimmy as someone with huge mental stability. Just from how she acted in the first loop when she wasn't a werewolf, she seemed to have like some problems, especially with the religion and stuff, where she would freak out, so I didn't have that much faith in her like Haruaki does. She spoke with unbridled malice. Is God different than Shinai? Whoa. Nah, she's twisted right now. It's not real. She's twisted.
色男さ、芹沢千恵美はそんな人間でした。女を見る目がなかったね。
But that was just...
春明さんに会った時から思ってたよ。この人を殺したらどうなるかなって。ある意味ようやく夢が叶うんだよ、今。ルール違反の私はどうせ今晩汚れでぐちゃぐちゃの死体になる。これは最後のお楽しみって感じかな。じゃあこれで
賭けをしよう。
All my curiosity about the mystery, the fear of the path leading to it, even the pain were all gone. Only pride was left.
10分くれたら僕は必死に逃げる。その後僕を追いかける。逃げ切れば僕の勝ち。君が勝ったらそうだな。
I wanted to set my own rules.
僕は君を愛しながら死んでやろう。
いいね、素敵。
Right? Even this was if this was meaningless, insane dead end, I would go and die in my own way. Based, I guess. Albeit staggering, I could still run if I ignored the pain. Blood was flowing out of all the wounds on my body, so I was probably leaving an easy-to-follow trail behind me. Even so, I ran uphill towards Kami Fujiyoshi. Where are we going, though? I knew that path was closed off here. The last loop, Haruchan had entered the mountain and gotten stuck. The Misty Mountain was a separate realm avoided by the people of Yasumizu, perhaps like when I'd left through Sarnaga. I was about to get lost in the mist and die to some monster. Even so, if I brought Shimi here, I could have maybe give a chance for Meiko to escape, and that was good enough for me. Extremely base. If she wasn't coming after me, it was unlikely that she'd go after Meiko instead. Shimi would be left in the village all by herself to her own insanity. In that case, I figured I had to try running away through here at least once. I'd given up on trying to understand her insanity this time around. Next time... Yeah, I'd think about it next time. So, for the next loop, the roles are going to be switched again. But if there's a loop after that, then it probably won't be. Because the only reason the roles switched was because the player count changed. So in the next route, we save the big reported eye, then the roles will switch again. So maybe that means that'll be the last loop. Maybe. Yeah, think about it next time. I passed the cliff and reached the mountain. The mist was even denser than usual. I looked down and noticed that a lot of the road was covered by a landslide. The earth, sand, and collapsed trees made it pretty much impossible to walk past here. I couldn't tell if it was artificial, nor did I had the knowledge to investigate and find out. It's have, right? Or did I have the knowledge? I just followed the path. The 10 minutes had already passed, so Shimi must have been tailing me. Whenever I stopped, I felt I could hear the sounds of rustled grass in the distance. She was chasing me. From what I could tell, she was actually following the winding mountain path. That was good for me. I wanted her to keep it up. It made this more interesting. Maybe she wasn't really trying to catch me? The distance between us wasn't closing at all. I suddenly became a bit dizzy. There was a largish tree nearby. I sat down next to it so I could catch my breath. Vision suddenly turned dim. I quickly opened my eyes, but I had a bad feeling, like I'd actually been out cold for a decent while. I tried standing up and realized that I couldn't move my limbs properly. I must have lost too much blood. The end was close. My dulled senses told me my pursuer was nearby. It's all older. It's alright, this wasn't the route for us. I tried finding the path again, but I couldn't for some reason. Apparently my sense of direction, perception, and judgment were fading too. Perhaps things would have worked out if I wasn't injured? No, this was a different realm. Though acknowledged by a few, the outskirts of the village were the hunting ground of the merciless mountain god, Great Lord Shinai. The only ones free to move in here were the madmen siding with the mountain god. This was unreasonable, unscientific, think we're past that point, buddy. Superstitious. Abnormal. Why was Chemi up the mountain? I'd always sensed her coming from below. What was that all about?
さあ約束だよ。殺すね。
わか
I couldn't even say a thing. But I felt like I still had a chance. I rode down the mountain. Roll it.
頑張れ、頑張れ。
Brimming with the joy of the hunt, Chemi chased after me. A part of me wanted the mountain to just collapse. My path was blocked off by the natural trees, plants, growth in general.
かわいいかわいい。
My body was at its limit. Unable to tell whether my vision was turning dim or if the mist was becoming denser, I continued rolling. I used the last bits of my energy to face her. Oh, another good shot. What do we use, man? The wolf was coming. It was close. It would devour both my flesh and soul alike. I'd won the feast, so I hoped the mountain god would at least save my soul. I'd gone through a load of difficult shit thus far, so it wouldn't be unfair to let me have a peaceful ending, right? Yeah, I knew full well that the world wasn't such a kind place. The upcoming death would surely be more painful and desolate than anything before. After all, I knew that the one granting it to me was the girl I had once loved. I didn't want this. I never desired an ending like this. Shit. I didn't care if it made me look like a sore loser. I wanted to go out in a way that would leave a thorn in Chemi's heart. I thought a lot of meaningless things. What the heck? What? Ritato jump scare? Saved. Holy, how'd she even get here, man? But my words escaped me. The wolf's fang pierced the spider instead of me. Oh, so
して
Rikako was the one following him while Chemi, like, gained him through the mountain path. Okay, that's interesting. That was all I could say physically and mentally. Why was she alive? Why was she here? Why did she protect me? Those questions spun in my head, but only the last one found an answer. Of course she would do this. She was a descendant of the Umatsu until the very end. Her sense of duty and justice hadn't faded, even on the brink of death. She glanced at me, completely denying my assumption. That wasn't it. She was simply obeying her wretched, unwavering heart. After all, I was special to her.
ごめん
I said another word. Sorry I couldn't stay with Mako. Sorry I couldn't protect everyone. Sorry I talked a wolf into a gamble that made it impossible for me to look you directly in the eye. That was the last word I would ever say. Even so, my eyes and ears were still active. Thus I witnessed everything that happened.
邪魔をする
With a maddened scream, the madwoman tried to pull the knife out, but she couldn't. It was probably snayed in her ribs so badly that neither pushing nor pulling helped.
な芹沢様
Her voice was hard to make out due to all the blood leaving her mouth, but it was calm, gentle even.
あなたの汚れも私があんたなんかに何がわかる安水の黄泉の汚れはどうやったって私を縛る
Would I remember enough of this to think about what those words meant next time? My feeling vision merged them into one, and I noticed where Tako-san's hands reached for Chimi's neck by chance. Her finger caught on something. It was something on a string. A pendant?
これは
It's probably the thing on the title screen, right? Chemi released the knife, snatched the object back, and held it to her chest to hide it.
芹沢様
Her voice was dense with pain. Not only that, It was also tinged heavily with pity.
申し訳ありません。その汚れは私にも引き取れない。
I had no idea what those words meant, but they carried the impact of a death blow for the wolf.
知ってた知ってたし知ってたもの。神様神様神様、殺してやる。どこだどこだよ。殺してやるから出てこい。出てこいよ。
With that scream, Chemi ran off somewhere, into the mist. She probably had no clear direction. Rikato-san collapsed.
ああ、ごめんなさい、春明様。
Trying to move in her heavy-looking robe, she tried to crawl over to me.
芹沢様も他の皆様も守れなかった。
She wasn't the only one. I thought the exact same thing. I really wanted to say that and go out with a smile, but I could barely even breathe. I used the very last of my power to collapse toward her. I then reached for her hand.
春明様。
Her hand lay over mine. All life left our eyes, and we gradually reduced to mere objects. Even so, her dying hand somehow felt warm.
いずれまた落ちる時は今度は素直に押します。
Yeah, I wanted to respond to those feelings properly. I would destroy all my chances of losing, and I would leave the mist alongside this foolish, pure, lovable woman. Next time. So is Chiemi permanently trimmed? For sure. I think we're gonna go for a third girl next time. It'll probably be like locked between Chiemi and Rikato, right? No way we go for like Kaori or something. Haru, yo. Key 15. Raging loop. Spelled wrong. Wait, is that a real word? I have to look up. Or is it just a misspelling? Let me Google loop spelled like that. I've never heard that in my life. Loop. It's just a French word. Oh! Hold on. It's a French word, but if you translate it, if you use the noun and translate it to English, it's a wolf. Which makes a lot of sense. Lupine, right? Raging wolf. That's actually kind of cute. And we can use this for, there was something with the 15 key, like, pretty recently, right? What an ending, though. I will watch the sheep before we end this episode.
やっちまったな大将。だがここは不可避だから気にすんな。このひってえ結末を回避できるようヒントを教えておくぜ。
Take away their guns. Somehow.
今回のバッドエンド19題して狼の最後っぺで全滅についてだが解決法としてはこのオチを見た上でこうならないように前の時点で手を打つってことになる。今回手に入ったキー15によって前の時点の道が開く。具体的な場所は5基地の9心を決めよだな。
Yep.
ルート基地はもうすぐ完走だ。長かったが報われるといいな。
Yeah, we can. Next time we can win with a big W.
つうわけで今回はここまで。次も元気に死んでこい。
Thank you, sheep. Classic hidden corner? Oh, you got a bad ending? Just do the other option. My man. My man. Let me just save there then. Then we'll end. It was here, yeah. Right here. Oh, this is when we talked to Rikako about our feelings. That's what it was. Okay. Save me. We'll do this next time though. Fun episode though. Didn't expect that. I knew it might be messy, but I didn't expect that. That was a treat. But yeah, I'll see you next time on some more Raging Loop later.